welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be giving you a complete guide to grief prevention. We're going to be starting off with a player guide to grief prevention and then moving on to an admin guide to grief prevention. Most likely you found this from Breakdown Craft's server here, and if you have, well then that's where you want to start here. At the beginning we're going to be going through using grief prevention on Breakdown Craft. This is also going to help you if you own a server and are using grief prevention on it. I would recommend watching this player's guide at first here because you need to be able to help players with this. You need to know how to use this plugin as a player in addition to using it as an admin. However, if you do just want to skip to the admin part of this tutorial, you can check out the time code that is on your screen right now above my face, and you'll be able to go skip to there, and then we'll get into all the admin stuff, including config configuration, admin commands, and all of that stuff. But at first here, we're going to be going over player commands, specifically using this on our server here, play.breakdowncraft.com, the best server in the multiverse. Look at this spawn, incredible. But nevertheless, guys, this video is brought to you by Apex Minecraft Hosting. Go to the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, to get an awesome 24-hour DDoS protected Minecraft server for just a few bucks a month. We love Apex so much we actually use them to host play.breakdowncraft.com, the best Minecraft server in the multiverse. So go check them out. Again, that is the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, to get an awesome 24-hour server. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and get into grief prevention. I'm actually not going to be using this on our server and doing this configuration on our server, and that's because the chat's a little crazy. I mean, we've got over 50 players in here right now, and because of that, things move quickly, people are always talking, I get these snap notifications of people mining diamonds, and it's just going to be a lot easier to do this on our test server. So I'm going to go ahead and leave here and jump into our test server. This server has all of the plugins that our normal server has, that play.breakdowncraft.com has, but it doesn't have the world because the world is kind of crazy. Our head mod built this. There's your showcase, Moon. But nevertheless, we can even see that the spawn commands are down here, or the claim commands. I don't know which one that is. And then we've got the spawn command down here, right? So it's all the same plugins, including grief prevention. It is just on the test server here that I use to test all the plugins working together, basically. So nevertheless, once we're here, once you're in game, you need to do /kit claim. Now, if you're not on Breakdown Craft, what you'll need to do is get a golden shovel and a stick in your hand. Right, so let me go ahead and set time day, and then once you've got these in your hand, this is all you're going to be using for grief prevention. It's a stick and a golden shovel. The rest of it is done as commands. And as you can see, when you pull out your golden shovel here, you may claim up to the amount of claim blocks you have. I have like 1 billion, but you'll probably have, a couple thousand up to 100,000 more claim blocks, and you can click for help here. That link will actually take you back to this video, so that's that. But nevertheless, once we've got our stuff here, let's go ahead and create our first claim. So what we need to do is actually RTP, because this is under a claim that we're going to talk about in the administrative part. But once we RTP here, we found this nice snow biome. Let's actually RTP. Oh, okay, we can do it down here in this plains biome. So let's jump down here. Rip. That was so close. But let's jump down here to this plains biome. This looks like a nice little area for us to claim. So we can go ahead and left click right here, and then run over to this side and left click over here, and that's going to create our first claim. Now in the game, all you have to do is do /kit space claim, and you'll get a golden shovel and a stick. You can do that once every 10 minutes, and you'll be able to get a golden shovel and a stick to resize your claim. Now you're going to be using the golden shovel, as you just saw, to create a claim. If we want to create another claim, we'll just left click here, go to the other corner where we want the claim to be, left click in that other corner, let's say right here, and now we've got 2 claims here, but we can't see this claim anymore. How do we do that? Well, you need to pull out your stick. That's why a stick comes with it. And if we left click with the stick, we'll be able to say that I claim this block right here. Then if we click here, we can see there's a separate claim all outlined right there that I claim. If we left click with the stick where there isn't a claim, back here, you can see that no one has claimed this block. So that is basically the basics of setting up a grief prevention claim. Now only you can build in this area, can open chest in this area, to do anything in this area. People who are in your grief prevention claim can't even kill mobs in the same area as you unless they are trusted. With that, let's actually go ahead and move on to trusting people. So I'm going to go ahead and join the game with my alt, and my alt is going to be kind of our guinea pig for this setup. So there's my alt. He's now in game, and that is a computer monitor skin, by the way. See that head? It's a computer monitor. Use that for some building. But nevertheless, if we go over to the alt here, and you guys won't be able to see it, me using the alt, but what you will be able to see is the alt coming into the claim here, and then just, well, trying to break a block. and it won't allow him to do that. It actually says you don't have permission to override Nick's game's build. Same thing if we go ahead and make a claim with the alt, which we have now done over here. And if I come over here, I can left click and see that this has been claimed by my alt. And now if I try to break this block, you'll see Nick King has this, you don't have Nick King's permission to build in this lot, or in this area here. So let's move on to allowing me to build in this lot, or specifically allowing my alt to build over here in our lot that's right here. To do this, we're going to do /trust, and then the alt's username when we're standing in the claim. So here we are, we're in the claim. There's the alt. We're going to do /trust, and then Nick King, and that's going to allow my alt to be able to build in this plot. You would do the username of whoever you wanted to be able to build in your plot to do that. So now if we switch over to the alt, you'll see that he can come right over here, place down a block of dirt in that claim, and remove blocks in that claim because we just trusted them. Now, what if we don't want the ability for them to be able to remove blocks and things like that? What if we just want them to be able to, like, open containers in our lot? Well, that's going to be /container trust right there. See, /container trust, and then we want to do Nick King. Now, the thing is, if we do /trust list, we'll be able to see that Nick King is now under container trust, moved from up here, right? So if you do /trust someone, that gives them full permission to the claim to open up chests, to build things, to destroy things in your claim. So if we go ahead and do trust list now, after we've done that, they are given build trust. However, once you give somebody just container trust and then run the trust list, we can see that there. Now, if I switch over to the alt, which you can see on your screen, I won't be able to break a block, won't be able to place a block, but if we go ahead and on this account real quick, let me just jump into creative and grab a chest, I will be able to open this chest on my alt, and not only do that, I'll be able to remove the stick and the golden shovel from it. So if we leave this open here, you'll see the alt be able to open the chest, and then I can remove the stick there. Just some more proof of that is keeping the chest closed there, and then you'll be able to see me, in fact, open that chest right like so. And there you go. As you can see, the chest is now open by the alt, and that means they have container trust. But again, they cannot destroy said chest because they don't have the ability to do that. Just don't have the trust permissions to do that. So boom, there we go. Chest doesn't get destroyed. I can't destroy anything here. Now there is one more level of trust, and let's say you don't want somebody to be able to access your claims. Let's say you built like a mini game or something, and you want people to be able to access buttons and levers, but not open chest and do stuff like that. For that, it's going to be /access trust here, and then we want to again do the alt for /access trust, and now at this point we can do /trust list, and you'll be able to see that access trust has been given to my alt there. So if we go back over to the alt, we won't be able to open this chest. I'm trying to open it right now. Can't do that. Can't open the chest whatsoever. It's not happening. Can't build either. Can't break blocks. But what I can do is actually open a button. So if we go ahead and get a button here, we will be able to push a button and probably make that trigger. I know you can be able to see me push the button here on the alt. So there we go, back over to the alt, and I can push the button, but that's all I can do. I can't open chest, can't do anything like that. So yeah, that's basically the basics of trusting. Whenever you want to untrust somebody and not let them do anything on your plot anymore, do /untrust and then their username and hit enter. Then you can run /trust list, and you'll be able to see that none of them are trusted here. Now there's actually one more kind of trust that you might be interested in, and that is permissions trust, or /permissions trust right here, right? Now, if I go ahead and give that to my alt, that actually gives them, if we run /trust list, complete permission to manage the claim, right? So that means they're going to be able to trust other people in the claim. They're going to be able to build in the claim. They're going to be able to delete the claim. Everything. They're going to be able to do everything if you give them permission trust there. Now, when would you even use that, right? Well, let's say we wanted to build a town out. So let me go ahead and remove all of these claims here, and then I'll show you if we wanted to build a town, how we can do subdivided claims and then give my alt the ability to manage a subdivided claim fully in that town. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so we can now see that we have these areas marked out. And these are just corner blocks corner block there, and corner block there. But these are all in a bigger claim. As you can see, the claim goes there, goes around, goes back to there, goes back around, and then comes back around to here, right? So you've got that claim set up there, but if we go to the alt here, they won't be able to break blocks, they won't be able to do anything, and actually if we do /trust list here, we can see that they can't do anything. But if we want to give them the ability to build in this little claim, but still have everything around that claim claimed, well, it's pretty simple. What you want to do is get your golden shovel in your hand, right, like we have right now, golden shovels in the hand, and then do /subdivide claim, right? So subdivide claim there, that's what you want to do, /subdivide claim, and hit enter, and you'll see that with the golden shovel in our hand and subdivide claim ran, subdivision mode. Use your shovel to create subdivisions in your existing claims. And now we're still in subdivision claim mode. All we want to do is left click on one side of the subdivision there, subdivision corner set, come to the other side, subdivision corner set, and there you go. Now there is a subdivided claim within this bigger claim. We can actually go over here and do this with this other claim as well. Left click there, left click there, and there we go. We now have a subdivided claim inside of this bigger claim. We can now trust the alt to build right here. So if we do /trust right here, and then we want to do Nick King, they're going to be able to do the normal thing. They're going to be able to build. But remember, what if we want them to be able to trust people inside this claim? This is their claim after all. Let's say you sold it to them in your town. Well, we can do /permission trust, and then the alt, and then we can do /trust list here, and we can see that Nick King, the alt, does have manage permissions there and can add people, remove people, things like that from this claim. However, if we step out of that subdivided claim there and run the trust list, we can see that they do not have it here. This is for their subdivided claim. This is for their non-subdivided claim. Now, again, if we come over here and run this, we won't have the, ability to do anything here, but let's say we wanted to give them container trust in this. Let's say it's a community chest storing area, and you want to give container trust to everyone in your town. We'll just come into wherever that is, do container trust, and then their username. Now, if we run a trust list, we can see that they have container trust over here, and if we put down a chest, we can switch over to the alt, come over here to this chest, and we can, in fact, open it on the alt. But we cannot build, we cannot do anything like that, we cannot break blocks because, you guessed it, I'm just container trust. You can do access trust in these as well, in addition to basically anything else you want to do with trust. For subclaims, it works the same way as normal claims for trusting, except they're subdivided. The thing is, you can come in and actually control all of this because this is in your bigger overall claim. Want to figure out where subdivided claims are? Well, just left-click them, just like a normal claim, and it will show you all of the subdivided claims within that larger normal claim. This is great for towns and something we wish more people would use on the server. That's why I wanted to showcase it here. This kind of gives the town mayor, the town owner, the ability to go in and do things that they want while allowing someone to be able to, use manage trust and do all that stuff to be able to do this and basically run their own little area inside of a larger claimed area, protecting the, pathways and things that might run between the claims and all of that stuff. So that is how you can do that. That is a complete guide to subdivided claims and claiming and grief prevention. You now are so much farther ahead than most other people, but there is a few things you might want to know. Now, if you come back over to your golden shovel here, it will return to basic claims mode when you take it out. That means you'll have to do /subdivide claim to be able to do that. However, for some reason it is glitched. You can just do /BC, which is going to turn it back into basic claim mode. As you can see, basic claim creation mode returned. So now it's back to creating normal claims and not subdivided claims. On top of that, let's say you want to get rid of a claim in your town like this. Let's say that this one over here, this person hasn't been on in a while, or whatever, and you want to get rid of their claim. You can do /abandon claim, and it will remove the subdivided claim, but it won't remove the bigger claim. See, our bigger claim is still there. That subdivided claim is there, but this one is gone. Same thing for your bigger claim. Let's say you want to get rid of your bigger claim. You can do /abandon claim to remove a bigger claim. I'm not going to do that because, last but not least, let's say you don't want this person to have container trust here anymore. If we do /trust list, we'll see that they still do have container trust. To remove that, just do /untrust, and then their username, which in this case is Nick King, whatever the username is, and then there we go, revoked access to this claim, and we can then do /trustlist to see no one is trusted here but us. There you guys have it. That is a complete guide to using Greed Prevention as a player. This video is far from over. I still want to go over it as an admin here. However, if you are a player playing on BreakdownCraft.com, there is your full guide. The only other thing you need to know is every player does start with 150 claim blocks. You gain 85 claim blocks per hour of playtime, and the maximum amount of claim blocks that you can earn through playtime is 3,000. After that, you can get them by voting on the server with /vote. For example, you just do /vote. Go to these sites by clicking on all of these links here, and then you'll be able to go to all of those sites, vote by entering your username, doing the CAPTCHA, and you'll get 50 claim blocks in addition to a voting key that can get you more claim blocks. And on top of that, you can purchase claim blocks on store.breakdowncraft.com. All ranks get additional claim blocks in survival, and on top of that, you can purchase claim blocks separately on store.breakdowncraft.com. 5,000 or 10,000 claim blocks, whatever you want to go with. Nevertheless, that is a complete guide for players. Let's go ahead and jump on to a big jump cut here to where I'm going to be on the Greed Prevention download page for all of you admins out there. So let's go ahead and jump over to that. So now moving on to the admin portion of this tutorial. If you found this video through Breakdowncraft and have no idea or any interest in starting your own server or using Greed Prevention as an admin, then no worries. Go ahead, get back to playing. Thanks for playing on the server, and we hope you enjoy it. Join us on Discord in the description down below. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump into this as an admin. So here's the Greed Prevention download page. You can see download now to get the most recent version. This is for 1.13 native. You can get older versions for 1.12, but you're going to have to go over here to the version history and do that directly because the most recent version is just for 1.13 as far as I know. Now, once you're here, the best thing about Greed Prevention is it has very good documentation. As you can see, check the documentation right there. Click on that and it will take you here. By the way, we do have this page linked in the description down below for you to quickly get to the Greed Prevention download page. But once you're here, you'll see all of the documentation over here on the side specifically. Version 20 coming soon. They are going to be updating the documentation, but all of this works perfectly fine. You can see all of the commands. Now, we're going to be going over these, but these are separated as player commands and admin commands, which can help you in the future. Then we also have the permissions tab, which is actually something you're going to need and you're going to use if you have a permissions plugin. Now, Greed Prevention does a pretty good job without a permissions plugin, giving people who are opt basically admin permissions and giving people who aren't opt non-admins permissions, but I would recommend using permissions plugin. We use Luck Perms, which you can carry the eye up there. Have a complete tutorial on that. But go through here and, set up your permissions. It's not a lot of permissions. Set these up and you'll be good to go. Now, once you've got Greed Prevention downloaded, right, just go over here, click the download button, and then once you've got it downloaded and dropped into your plugins folder, right here, you will run your server and you'll get this folder, Greed Prevention Data. See that? Double click on that, and here is all of our Greed Prevention data here. We're going to be looking at the config file, so let's go ahead and right click and edit that with Notepad++. Notepad++ is my preferred text editor. If you want to use a different one, that's perfectly fine, but I do have a link to Notepad++ in the description for those of you who want it. It's 100% free and a very, very easy to use text editing plugin. So here we are. I'm going to walk through all of this. It's not a huge config, to be honest, so let's go ahead and jump right on into this. Now, first and foremost, we do have the sea level world overrides. I've never mess with that. I would just leave that default. Claims mode. Now, this is interesting. Do you want claims in the nether and the end, or do you just want them in survival? I want them just in survival, so that's what we have it set up on our server. From here on, I just leave it default. The only thing you'll want to probably change here is prevent theft. You can also turn off protect creatures if you want. Basically, that means if someone's, like an animal or something, is in a claim, are they protected or not? I would allow that. Prevent buttons and switches. If you want people to be able to use buttons and switches, you can do that, like in all claims, but why would you do that? Really and truly, I would just recommend allowing players to control that using access trust, not turning it off here, basically. Lock wooden and trapdoors. If you want to lock all of these, you can, but I wouldn't. Lock fence gates is by default true. The reason you want to do that is you don't want people letting animals out, so that's why those are locked, and these others aren't. Ender portals require access trust, basically meaning if you can ender portal, before you can ender portal into a claim, you need access trust there. And then protect horses, protect donkeys, protect llamas, if all of those are protected. Now, here's where it gets interesting. From here to here. So initial claim blocks is how many claim blocks someone starts with when they join your server. As I said, our server is 150. Accrued claim blocks per hour, this is how many they gain per hour of playtime on the server. 85 is where we have ours set. By default, I think it's 100 or 150. Max secured claim blocks is how many claim blocks players get for maximum, right? If they play on the server for X amount of hours, what is the max they can get? That is 3,000 on our server. Your server, you can change it to whatever you want. Accrued idle threshold and idle percent. I think that basically means if someone's AFK or not moving. I've just always let that default, which is 0. You can change that if you would like. Abandon return ratio. So when someone abandons a claim, do they get all of their claim blocks back or they only get a portion? I would leave that as all of them, especially if you're selling them on like your store like we do on store.breakdowncraft.com. That would be very, very bad if they didn't. So we've always left that as 1. That's what I would recommend doing that for you. Automatic new player claim radius. How many blocks around a chest? Whenever someone places a chest down in Grief Prevention, it automatically creates a claim. How many blocks around that chest need to be claimed? And it is 4 by default. That's where we've left it. You don't want too many of these claims around. And actually, we're going to get into deleting these claims and how they're auto-deleted here in a second. Distance extended into the ground. How far down does Grief Prevention go when a claim is created? Now, someone can automatically claim by clicking like one corner and then going down to the other corner and claiming it that way. However, by default, it extends down into the ground 5 blocks there. Minimum width. How big does a claim need to be width-wise to be able to be made? 5 there. Minimum area needs to be at least 100. Maximum depth is 0, meaning the maximum depth it can be is nothing, basically, just the service if they want. Tool investigation. Now, these need to be left default unless you want to use them and give them different players in game. But basically, if you're going to be sending players to any default Grief Prevention tutorials like the one that's linked there, I would recommend leaving this the same. Now, expiration is very interesting, okay? So basically, chest claims. That's what I was talking about. When someone puts down a chest and then leaves, they don't touch it, they don't do anything like that. After 7 days of inactivity, that will be deleted. So on that 8th day, chest claims are deleted. Now, unused claims, these are claims that people haven't visited in 30 days. Those claims will be deleted after 30 days, right? So if someone doesn't enter a claim for 30 days, it is unclaimed. All claims, basically what this means is no matter what, how many days of inactivity until a claim is deleted, we have that set to 30. So even if a claim is beautiful and awesome, if a player hasn't been online in 30 days, it will be deleted, except when they have over 20,000 total claim blocks or 10,000 bonus claim blocks. On our server, this basically protects ranked players and people who have purchased claim blocks. If you do that, you will not have to worry about your claims being deleted after 30 days. Otherwise, you will. So with that, it's something you need to make your users aware of. You need to make people know that they need to get online or they need to have so many claim blocks for their stuff to be kept safe. Automatic Restore Nature. Basically, after a claim is deleted, do you want the Restore Nature command to be ran on it? Restore Nature does not work well in 1.13. I would recommend leaving this as false. However, if you're in 1.12.2 or a previous version, you could turn that on. It's just going to remove everything in that claim and make it look like it was never touched. Allow trapped players and admin claims. That by default is set to false. Maximum number of claims per player. We have this as 0, meaning they can have unlimited amounts of claims. However, if you want to limit players in your server to 5 claims, you could do that, or 10, or whatever. That means they can only have 5 claims. If you do /claim list in game, you can only have 5 claims there. Now, creation requires World Guard build permission. Leave that as false. Basically, the rest of this here needs to be set as default and just left the same. Never had to change any of those. Now, Grief Prevention has its own spam filter built into it, right? So basically, if someone joins your game and starts typing gibberish, Grief Prevention will take care of it. And you can actually see login countdown 60 seconds, logout notifications per minute 5, meaning the most amount of logout notifications that can come through on your server at a time is 5. And then you can also see here the other commands like me, global, local, or commands that are on the server that people can use. And those are also monitored by Grief Prevention. Same with Whisper here. Warning, please reduce your noise level. Spammers will be banned. That's what the warning is if someone's spamming on the server. And then you can actually make Grief Prevention perm ban offenders. That is something we're mentioning. This is a perm ban, but if you turn that on, it will perm ban when it catches somebody for spam. Allowed IP addresses. These are IP addresses that don't require a spam filter and can get around it. There's also a permission that will let you get around the spam filter. Death message cooldown. How many death messages can a player put in chat in a few seconds? And that is 120 seconds. So only one death message per 120 seconds. And logout message delay in seconds how delayed is the logout message after they actually log out. We don't use that, so we leave it at 0. Now, PvP, I have no experience with these. You can go through them and basically look at all these PvP areas specifically. We use World Guard for our PvP, and that works with Grief Prevention, meaning if you have PvP set up with World Guard, Grief Prevention will say, World Guard's got that, I don't need to manage it, and that's what I would recommend doing. However, if you do want to turn on PvP, you can come in here and do so using these settings. Now, purchasing claim blocks is something that is interesting. You can purchase and sell claim blocks and allow your players to do that on your server. Always make your claim block purchase cost more than your sale cost. So if they have extra claim blocks, they can sell those back to the server. If they want to buy more, they can buy them using in-game commands. That's something that we don't use, but you can go ahead and set that up here if you would like. Protect item dropped on death. Basically what this means is if players die, right, they'll be able to keep their items and they'll be protected. We don't use that on our server. Clear lag, clear stuff, basically. Block land claim explosions. So basically, can people explode land claims? No, but they do have /claim explosion, which walks them through in game if you wanted to be able to do that. Block creeper explosions, true. That way there's not creeper explosions in places where creepers blown up all over your world. Block other service explosions. Can people just randomly blow stuff up? No, they can't. Not on our server, so you can go ahead and limit that there. Limit sky trees, limit tree growth. Basically, sky trees are these super huge trees that just keep going and going and going. You don't want to be able to do that, and so those are limited on our server. Can people piston into land claims or not? This is limited on our server, meaning pistons can't move things into land claims. Fire spreads? No, fire doesn't spread on our server. Fire also doesn't destroy stuff on our server. Admins get whispers. This is set to false because we use essentials to do that with Social Spy. However, Grief Prevention can give you whispers if you want. Sign notifications is really cool. We run a PG server, so we want to be able to know when someone puts an inappropriate sign. So every time someone places a sign on play.breakdowncraft.com, they get this handy notification here. Smart ban. Basically what this means is if somebody is kind of alt-evading or something like that, Grief Prevention will step in and smart ban that player without us ever having to do anything. Basically, it limits that. Right here, you can see max players per IP. That's going to be 3, and mute new players using banned words is true. Now, there is a banned words list over here. We do use it. I'm not going to open it because it has some pretty nasty stuff in there, but go over there and enter your banned words, 1 per line, and then Grief Prevention will mute players using soft mute. I'll show you that in game once we get there. You can learn more about Siege on the Grief Prevention documents that I originally showed you in the part of this tutorial, and the rest of this kind of can just be left as is. You know, I mean, that's how we've kind of left that. All the stuff we mess with in config is here and above. Obviously, read over these bottom parts, but really and truly, we've never had any reason to change any of those, other than the use ban command is set to false. I forget if that defaulted to true at first, but we have it set to false. There you go. That is kind of your Grief Prevention config, a complete overview of it. Now, let's go ahead and jump back in game so we can go over the plugin and all of the admin commands that are in Grief Prevention. Alright, so here we are in game. Now, I'm going to start this off talking about admin claims. Now, really and truly, you would use admin claims for, say, a PvP area, or more specifically, protecting your spawn. Now, sure, World Guard is going to protect your spawn, but you may have people being able to make claims in your spawn even though it's protected by World Guard, especially in 1.13. So how would you prevent this? Well, you make an admin claim. So you get the claim stuff in your hand and you do /admin claims, right like so, and hit enter. Now, as you can see, admin claims mode activated. Any claims created will be free and edible by other administrators, basically other opt people or people with the permission. So you would go ahead and click here and then come over here and create a claim just like normal. And then in this, you can see it's an admin claim identified by pumpkins instead of diamonds. And the reason for that is because, well, it's an admin claim. Now, once you're in this admin claim, you can use this for a few different things. What we actually did is did /trust public, and this means people are going to be able to do anything and everything in this claim. What they can't do, though, is claim inside of this already created admin claim. That helped us keep people from claiming within our spawn. One thing I will say, though, is that you'll need to protect this with World Guard, which you can check out the eye at the top of your screen for a World Guard tutorial, but you'll need to protect your spawn with World Guard if you're going to do this. This is just helpful if you have the issue of people claiming in your spawn. That solved the problem for us. That's the only real reason that I can see using administrative claims instead of using World Guard. Just use World Guard over Grief Prevention, except for that little thing there. Nevertheless, let's jump into more things regarding adminning in Grief Prevention. Now, because you're an admin, you can get rid of people's claims if you want, right? You can also edit in people's claims. So I come down here, even though I'm an admin, I can't remove this block. However, I can do /ignore claims or /IC, right? /IC does the same thing. And now I can break blocks in this claim even though I'm not trusted in it, right? So we can come here and remove blocks and place blocks up and things like that, even though we're not trusted in this claim. On top of that, we pull out our stick here. We can abandon claims for people, even though they aren't our claims. So let's say this actually subdivided claim here. We can do /abandon claim, hit enter, and it will remove that subdivided claim, but then keep the bigger claim as a whole there. Now, this is all one big claim. Now, something else that I want to mention is you can delete all claims for a user. Let's say you perm ban a user and you need to delete all the claims for them. You can do that. So we're going to do delete all claims. And then I'm actually going to use someone random here. We'll use the co-owner of Breakdown Craft as a perfect example. He won't be mad at me. Fassler here, so delete all claims, Patrick Fassler, boom. And then we will see, and then all Patrick claims are deleted. The only way we can check that is do /claim list, and then the username, so claim list Patrick Fassler here, and we'll be able to see that all of his claims are in fact deleted. There we go, we can see that Patrick now has all claims. We can also do something like claim list Moon Biscuits, which is the head admin on our server, and we'll be able to see there are all of her claims. Now if we want to go ahead and delete all of our claims, we can do that, again, using delete all claims, real quick, delete all claims, Moon Biscuits. Give it a second to do that because it is going to take a second. And then once it is done, we'll be able to see deleted all claims of Moon Biscuits. And now if we do a claim list for her, she doesn't have any claims. Only use that for like perm banning people, basically. When you perm ban somebody, you could delete all of their claims if you wanted to. But now we've went over ignoring claims, we've been over deleting claims, all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about transferring claims. Now this claim right here, as you can see, is claimed on my main account, Nick's Games. Now, what if we want to transfer to this? Let's say we want to transfer this to Patrick. So we'll go ahead and do /transfer claim, and as long as you're standing in a claim, you can do this to any claim as an admin. We can transfer this to Patrick Fassler. That way, next time he gets online, suddenly this is his claim, and we can see down here that it is in fact his claim. We can transfer it back to my main account, Nick's Games here, right like so. Left click on it, and now this is transferred back to Nick's Games. Now, here's the thing. That does not take away from their claim blocks. So if you transfer a claim to somebody, they keep the same amount of claim blocks they always had. They just got a new bonus claim. This can be a great way if somebody betrays a friend or something and you want to transfer the claim. You can do that, or someone leaves the server and wants to transfer it to somebody else. You can do that. Those are ton of different reasons you should use that. We actually gave that to players for a little while. They can only do it within their claims, but it got a little odd whenever, you know, people were accidentally transferring claims to admins and things like that. So we just removed it and now kind of do it on a case-by-case basis. Now we've got that set up. That's kind of everything when it comes to transferring claims, but Greed Prevention isn't done there. It goes a little deeper with the ability to do some chat commands. For example, you can soft mute users. So if you do soft mute and then I soft mute my main account, we'll be able to see Nick's Games is soft muted. Now if I go over here and try to type something in, which actually timed out there. Give me 1 second. Let me join back in. There we go. Now I can type test into chat. Now for my main account, it looks like I've just typed in chat. But for us, we can see that it's muted. Only admins will be able to see that muted text there, and that's what it'll do to people. They'll think they're talking. They might be talking up a storm, but only admins will be able to see it. That's what's great about soft muting. The thing is, it is a perm mute, so if you want to go ahead and remove that from somebody, it's a toggle, so just soft mute again. And now if I go over and type test into chat, we will be able to see that, in fact, it does come through this time. As you can see there. So that is how that works. That is what you can kind of expect there. Now, from there, there's one more chat feature that I want to mention that we use all the time with Greed Prevention, and that is /separate. Now, what this does is you do /separate username, so it would be Nick King and Nick's Games, for example, and now each of these users, right, my alt and my main account will be able to talk in chat. No problem. But the Nick King account won't be able to see what the Nick's Game account says, and the Nick's Game account won't be able to see what the Nick King account says. By doing that, it can be a great way to end an argument, let them simmer down, and then after a while, you can unseparate. So the same command, unseparate, and then the usernames. Now, we actually, when we separate players on our server, we just leave them separated. Because we've noticed that players over and over and over again have issues, and the best way to avoid that is just to separate them permanently. We do have a log of that we keep on Discord, but overall, it is a permanent thing there. If you're wondering where my alt's at, by the way, right there it is. You can see the floating. It's in V. So there we go. Main account has appeared there. I think I said it was my alt, but that's my main account. But nevertheless, there you guys have it. That is a complete admin guide to grief prevention. Now, people might be like, Nick, what about it Restore Nature? What about Restore Nature? I refuse to go over Restore Nature for 1.13 Plus. The developer of Grief Prevention had at one point mentioned even removing the feature because it does mess up in some more modern biomes with 1.13. So overall, I say don't use Restore Nature. Instead, get something like Core Protect, a plugin that we will be doing videos on very soon, and that's going to log every block, at which point you'll not only be able to get rid of grief, but know exactly who did it to get those people banned. But there you have it. That is a complete guide for both players and admins to grief prevention. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section down below. I'm more than happy to help you out. My name is Nick. This has been our complete guide to grief prevention. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and I am out. Peace.